Well, I have a concrete question about those westerns. Two of them, Ride Lonesome and The Final One, Comanche Station, were made in excuse me, not widescreen. They were made in CinemaScope. And essentially, I want to know, was it different directing? Because that's another question I've always wanted to ask directors like yourself.
None of us knew. I thought I did, and it had been proven that at the time I was right. They invented CinemaScope to combat television. People stopped going to the movies, so they put your movie all over the world. And everybody thought you had to have the leading lady here and the leading man over there and a lot of trees in the middle. You could do whatever you wanted. You could put the leading people over there and fill the other side with trees. But it filled the screen. And for a couple of years, it became the way to get rid of staying home and watching television. We used to watch the commercials. You know, whoa, look at that. It's going on right now.
But you did a really good job of, I mean, there's obviously no, Fritz Lang had been quoted as saying he never wanted to work with it, Hitchcock never wanted to work with it. You made a seamless transition from a flat Western to a widescreen Western back to a flat Western to a widescreen.
Well, you know, it's a very funny thing, and you're asking very good questions, and I'm delighted because you're well prepared. Everybody thinks I spent my life fighting or playing football or running or bullfighting. At the end of the war, I had a year in Washington working for the president. Every day at 4 o'clock, I would go to the museums and I would study the Impressionists. I can tell you more about Gauguin and Toulouse-Lautrec and Matisse and Monet. And I would look at my pictures and I would say, God, I stole that from somebody, and I wouldn't remember who it was.
Maybe but right.
Yeah, but no, you're right, but it just incidentally stole from these guys who fascinated me. The only one who had a nickel was Toulouse-Lautrec. All these great ones now that their paintings sell for millions of dollars couldn't pay for lunch. And they fascinated me. And I was stealing from the great artists of the world, and I didn't know it. But I stole at least from some pretty good talents.
Your compositions
So I was very careful, probably accidentally, what I did with my camera, but I was smart enough to get the best cameraman consistently in the world, like Lucien Ballard.